Dubai, the home of sun, sea, and of course, low taxes. Now, a common question I get asked is, which is the best visa? And I've done a full video on that, which I'll link to below. But in this video, I'm going to discuss the remote work visa, or the virtual work visa, which is one of the most popular and also cheapest options if you want to move to Dubai and of course work from this great city. Now in this video, I'm going to dive into the details of it. How much does it cost? How long does it take? What are the requirements? What documents do you need? So you have all the information you need if you want to make a move to Dubai. With that being said, my name is Ben. Welcome to Motivation to Invest, and let's dive in. Okay, so I'm going to hop straight in to the details. So firstly, where can you go for information on the Dubai virtual work visa? Well, simply head over to visitdubai.com, and there's actually a full page on the work remote visa. Now, as you can see here, they are quite humorous with it. They've got a picture of someone here having a great time working, obviously by a nice pool. That is the appeal of the lifestyle in Dubai. Of course, you get the low tax, you get the great lifestyle, so it really does have everything. And if we dive into what are the requirements for this visa, so the applicants will need the following. So passport with minimum 6 months validity, health insurance, which I'll talk about later. For employees, this is what you need. So you need proof of employment, so that could be an employment contract, and the salary needs to be a minimum of $3,500 per month. May sound like a lot, but it's actually not too much. And I'll actually put a currency translation below for Great British pounds. And also you need the last month's payslip and 3 preceding months bank statements. And they are quite strict on these documents. So when you submit your application, you'll often get a bounce back and they'll say, okay, you've missed this document or you've missed this document. So you do need all these documents, you do need all these requirements in order to get the remote work visa, which lasts for 1 year. Now, the people who set up a company in Dubai and put themselves as an employee, they get a 2-year visa. So that is slightly better in terms of the length of time. But with this, it's a lot easier in terms of you don't need to set up a company. You don't need to pay a lot to set up a business. You can simply just apply, pay the amount which I'm going to discuss in this video, and then you can simply move and work from Dubai and get, of course, the tax benefit. Now, for business owners, if you are a business owner and you do want this visa, you of course need all the information again with regards to salary information, proof of ownership of company. Let's say you've got a company in the UK, proof of work and employment. So if you've got employment outside of the United Arab Emirates, and then of course any permits for family members, you need details for them also in terms of specific fees, passports, health insurance, etc. Now, when you're actually ready to apply, this is obviously the website, but I will link to below and also the direct website. So you simply click apply now, and that will take you to this website. So this is the Government of Dubai Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security. It's also called the General Directorate of Residency and Foreigners Affairs in Dubai. So this is the place where you need to go for any visa requirements. Now, I must admit, it's not the best user interface in the world. It feels like a website which was built 20 years ago. So it's not the best and the easiest to navigate, but that's obviously why I'm here to give you guys some guidance. So you've got various visa options here. I recommend simply logging in. So once you've registered and logged in, it will ask you for a Emirates ID, and of course if you're not in the Emirates yet, then you don't have an ID. So there is actually another option which you can select, where you can just select your email or phone number instead of an Emirates ID. So I recommend that, and then you can log in, because I do know a few people who've had trouble getting in and they say, Ben, I can't access because I haven't got an Emirates ID, which of course you haven't, because you haven't got your visa yet. So it's a funny system, but you can get in. Once you're logged in, you can see my details here, Ben Digital, which I've called myself, interesting name. And you simply click green button there, new application. Now, Once you've selected that, you can also select for yourself and dependents, but you select service, and you've got various visa options here. So the one we're looking at is the new virtual work entry permit. So over in the West, we tend to say remote work a lot. Well, I do anyway. They call it, the official name for this visa is the virtual work entry permit, just so everyone's on the same page. You click new application. You can also select something similar if you've got dependents, if you've got family, and then you click apply. Now, once you click apply, you will then go into the next section. And to be honest with you, you can probably fill this out if you have all the information in, I'd say, less than 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't ask for essays or anything like that, or why you want to move to Dubai. It just really asks for information. The only negatives, as I mentioned, the user interface is quite bad. Sometimes it's a little bit glitchy, lots of errors. So I'd say that's probably the hardest part of it. But the actual information is quite straightforward. So there's a few sections here. Sponsor, submit it. You ignore that because that's if you are an employee for, let's say, a company in United Arab Emirates, and they are hiring you to move to Dubai. Then they will sponsor you and give you the 2-year visa. So you won't need the virtual work visa in that case. So in this case, you can ignore the sponsor, which is a great benefit of the virtual work visa. You don't need someone to sponsor you there. Applicant type, virtual work, and passport. So you put in your passport type here. I believe I just selected foreign passport last time I did it, or normal. You can put your passport number in, nationality, right there. So UK, if you're UK, I think it is quite hard to find. So I typed in 401, and that's for Britain, because sometimes you're looking for UK, you're looking at the U's. So it's actually 401 as the code for the British nationality. Mother's details, mother's name, religion, languages, contact details, address. Now, interestingly, it says here address inside UAE, but of course, you likely won't have an address yet if you haven't got a visa. Now, this is where you've got to hack it a little bit. So I just found a random apartment address online. I put the details in just as a placeholder so I could actually go to the next stage. But having said all that, once you've put all the details in, then you simply go to the document section, and there you will upload documents. Now, again, this can actually be quite challenging as well because they do have a limit on the file size, and I believe it's something like 150 kilobytes, which is tiny, and I think it's a very old-fashioned file size. So you do need to go sometimes onto a website online, just Google image compressor, compress your images down, and then you can actually get through to the next section and submit your application. So it does require some fiddling around, but obviously that's where I'm here to help you. It can take 30 to 60 days for the application to be processed. However, sometimes they can be quite fast and do it within 7 to 14 days, which isn't too bad. So it really does depend, but I would estimate longer, and then if they're earlier, it's a benefit. But what will happen is once you've submitted, they will then email you with status updates. They'll email you if you have missing documents, etc. So I recommend actually keeping in contact with them, sending through any documents as fast as possible, so then your application can be processed as fast as possible. How much does it cost? Because that's the big question on everyone's mind. How much does it cost, Ben? Well, it's actually really reasonable. I have seen major sources which say it costs around $287. However, here's what I discovered when I actually did my application, because paying the fee doesn't guarantee you're going to get approved. So I thought, okay, I'm going to risk a few £100 here, investing into this application. If it doesn't get approved, I'm stuck. I've just lost the money. But actually, the initial application only costs around £80, around $90. So 372 dirhams. So it's extremely cheap to do the initial application. So I believe the other costs people refer to are more to do with medical insurance and other things that you need in the United Arab Emirates. So that's today's video, guys. As mentioned, it's not super complicated, but it can be quite glitchy. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel by hitting that subscribe button turning that notification bell on. We cover taxes, we cover investing, we cover finance, all to help you become a better investor and become financially free. If you do want to find out more information, I will offer a consultancy link below where you guys can contact me directly and have a one-to-one call to discuss your requirements in Dubai. If you want to get a visa, if you want help relocating, if you want help setting up a business, all that I can help you with and more at Motivation to Invest. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a tremendous day, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Invest safe.